Hello, my name is Ryan and I'm one of the creators of InsightX. In this video, we're going to go through the Transactions tab on the InsightX UI. And once you clicked on the Transactions tab, you'll be brought to the Transactions History table we have here. And this is going to be pretty much the most granular form of all the transactions that you have made through your wallets, through your exchange, deposits, withdrawals, anything that you have in terms of data coming in through to the UI. It should be populated here, and it's going to be shown in just more of a running ledger kind of form, like an ingoing and outgoing currency amount. So I'll start off by going through all the different columns in the table here, and you have your date and time, which will be the timestamps for all your transactions, and that'll coincide with whatever you choose on your manual entries or whatever is pulled in from the API after you've made an exchange, made a trade or a transaction on an exchange. Then you can search by your sources, and that's going to list off all of the different different exchanges that you have either added or supported through the API, or it'll also show any of your wallets that you've added, the nicknames that they have there. This list will probably get pretty large, so we might find a better way of handling it. It'll probably be better than to be done in a different way than a drop-down menu. Then your transaction type will be deposit, withdrawal, a trade. It'll be a long or short based on if you were to add a derivative trade. Then you have on either side here, you have an incoming and an outgoing column. And like I was saying, this is going to be in a way kind of like a running ledger uh, table where you'll see the incoming amount of what currency you bought in quotation marks or deposited, and the outgoing amount which you sold or withdrew from your account as well. So just looking at let's look at this HIP BTC trade we had here. So with that trade, so we made it where we actually had 0.03 Bitcoin come in and we had 1 ETH go out. So what that's telling me is that I actually sold 1 ETH and then received 0.03 BTC. So, and it'll also give you the historical value of both. So at that time we had 255.88 for the BTC amount, and currently it's worth 241. And the historical and current values are based on global values from the CoinGecko website. That's all the price data that we'll be receiving. And then you can see that 1 ETH at that time was 255.77 globally. And then you also have a current value here. And that's going to show you why, or let you know why these are going to be a little off, because these aren't going to be exchange specific. In order to get exchange specific numbers, that's going to be on your analysis page. It's going to be very specific based on the transaction that happened on the exact exchange and the exact price at that time. And then you also have the fees, or, well, I guess I can show you the percent change, and that's pretty much showing you from historical to current what percent change it has been. Pretty interesting to go back historically and look at a lot of your other older transactions just to see what different changes there had been. You can see here on some of these exchanges, yeah, some of these trades on this exchange, you had some crazy percent gains just because with these you have pretty much looking back, I guess, over the last few months, how big of a rise we've had. But it's pretty cool to go see historically how those trades went down or what the value is of that currency that you have in your balance now. And then you also have the fees on the right. So this will automatically be pulled in from the exchange if it's an API supported exchange, or it'll be the amount that you put in for fees based on your transactions when you manually added that. And you also have the fee asset tied to that. So with this Binance transaction here, this full transaction, you do see that BNB was being used, and it's showing you the amount of BNB that was charged in that transaction as a fee. And then let's see here. I'll go into these tabs that you have up here. So you have the exchange deposit option. So you can choose, let's say, to add BTC, and I want to add that to my BitMEX account. You can add half of BTC. You can add a fee if you would like, and the date and time. And then in order to make a deposit, you would click the add button and choose the deposit. And then in order for this transaction to go through, you want to confirm this and then click update. Or you can add another option here. So you could actually click withdrawal and withdraw that same amount, and it would come up here. And then you can click update. And then what it's going to do is going to populate that onto your transaction history. And it's also going to add and take away from your balance and your analysis page. It'll also reflect everywhere from the portfolio analysis and coins page, wherever you need it to reflect, just because of it's going to be a running ledger, like I was saying here. So we had that half a Bitcoin coming in, half a Bitcoin going out. And then we also have the manual trade option, and it's the same as the one that you have available on the analysis page, but you can also add those here as well. They won't show up exactly the same way as it has on the analysis page, but it'll look the exact same as here with this hit BTC trade. So it'll come up as a trade, and then you'll have the amount that you bought and the currency that you sold and a fee if you applied that. And the wallet transaction works the same way as the exchange deposit. But here you actually choose an actual coin symbol because it's going to look at the wallets that you added manually on your accounts page, and then you can select that currency, and then you get to select what nickname from what wallet you're wanting to add or take away from that account. So if I was to do the demo BTC account, let's say we take away 0.05. So let's just say I took that out of that account or that wallet. I'll do it today. I withdraw. Then I go and click add. And then you just confirm the information up here that it's a withdrawal, and then update. And it's going to act the same exact way as the exchange deposit. It's going to show you that you withdrew that 0.05 BTC from that wallet. It's going to give you the date and time. It's going to show you the value of it then and the value of it now. And with that as well, this will reflect on the portfolio page, the analysis page, and the coins page as well. And that's pretty much everything you need to know about the transaction history. This is something that you probably won't be looking at much, but it is nice to know that you have all this data here to look back historically at all of your transactions. And what we'll be doing in the future is giving you the ability to export all of this data for yourself so you can use it for whatever purposes you would like. You know, preferably we would have this official and put in a form where we can make it usable for users to have it as for tax purposes and things like that, so you don't have to track that yourself, because we will be implementing automated API transaction capture for multiple exchanges moving forward. We'll be adding wallet support as well, where we'll be actually tracking blockchain transactions for users so they can actually have the transactions come in automatically. And any other features that we notice that users are wanting to see, we're definitely willing to add on to that as well. But that's pretty much everything we have here on the transactions tab, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.